Dr. Aisling Hillick, and can I just confirm your full name, email address, and date of birth?
My email address is, I don't know if it's the same one, but 192077707 at uwa.edu.au. Lindsay, would you mind just tilting the phone back a little bit? We're just getting a bit of a reflection of the keyboard rather than the picture. Yeah, that's great. And you could bring it closer to the screen if you like.
Is that okay?
Yeah, and down a little. That's awesome. Yeah, great. So, yes, well, doctor, I've been experiencing having some trouble breathing.
Yeah. Sorry, just before we proceed, can I just talk?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat that?
Can I just confirm that you're somewhere private to talk?
Absolutely, yes, I'm here on my own at home.
Perfect. That's great. So what we'll do is we'll go through the consultation and see how I can help you. And then at the end, if we need to talk about a prescription or a referral, we can do that then at the end. Is that okay?
Yes, that would be terrific. Thank you.
Perfect. So how can I help you today?
Well, I'm having trouble breathing. I was playing sport earlier today. I have had a bit of a history of asthma, but it's been dormant for some time. Actually, you could tilt that back if you could, possibly, Lindsay. That's awesome. And I don't know if it's springtime, it's the hay fever. I'm not sure what's going on, but I was just playing sport this afternoon, and I had quite a bit of chest restriction. I haven't had asthma since I was a kid. I don't really get it, but I thought it would go away. I wouldn't say I collapsed, but I definitely had to stop playing, and now it's like about 10 o'clock at night, and I can't really breathe real well.
Okay. And tell me, you mentioned there that you had asthma as a child. Were you on a blue inhaler, or were you taking multiple inhalers at that time?
Just the blue inhaler, really. I mean, there have been, that was Ventolin. There have been short periods where I was on Pulmicort. I think that's what it was called. It was a brown one, but it's a while ago now. I haven't used my inhaler for about a year.
Okay. And did you take any inhaler tonight, or have you not got any at home?
I can't find it. It's been that long.
Okay. And at the time that you felt the chest tightness and you stopped playing straight away, is that correct?
Well, I tried to soldier on for a bit, but it was just too much. Yeah, maybe after about 5 minutes, it just got a little bit too much.
Okay. And can I just check, have you got a cough or have you got a temperature at all at the minute?
Well, yeah, I guess I was feeling a little bit under the weather a day or so ago. Yeah, I mean, a bit of a cough, maybe certainly a runny nose. I don't know. I thought it was just a cold.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of had a mild upper respiratory tract cold symptoms with a runny nose and a bit of a cough, and then all of a sudden, playing exercise, this chest tightness came on. Is that correct?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. And you're able to speak full sentences there. I can hear. I know that you're feeling a little bit tight in the chest, but can I just check that you don't feel so tight that you would need to go to
I'm sorry that I don't feel so tight that I would need to do what?
go to the hospital?
To the hospital?
No?
Not right now. I guess I can breathe. It's pretty late, but I guess I'm wanting your advice, really. I mean,
Yeah. No.
obviously I wouldn't have called if I wasn't upset about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, I'm just observing that I can see that you're able to speak full sentences comfortably. So I'm happy. So I just want to make sure that I'm interpreting it right here. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Just, can I just check, have you got a peak flow meter at home? Were you ever given a small meter to measure your peak flow whenever your asthma was bad?
Yeah, years ago I did have one, but with various house moves and what have you, I don't have one anymore.
Perfect, okay. And can I just check, have you got a sore throat at all at the minute?
Not really, just a bit of a wheeze and chesty cough, you know, the sort of flu-y cold thing I was talking about.
Okay, so that's perfect. That like you've had a little bit of a virus, a little bit of a cold, and what's actually happened is that it's flared up the asthma, which has been very quiet over the last couple of months and years. So I think this virus has obviously flared everything up, and as you mentioned at the beginning of the consultation, you have the hay fever and that flaring season as well coming into it. So there could be an allergic component as well. But I think the most appropriate treatment tonight would be to start you back on your Ventolin inhaler. If what we can do is I can issue you a prescription for it. I want you to then go into the app. You'll get a notification which will say that the prescription has come through. I want you to go into the app, select a nearby pharmacy, but make sure and select a pharmacy that is still open tonight so that you can go and collect the Ventolin inhaler tonight. Okay?
Okay.
I want you to use your inhaler as you have before. If you get an improvement, fantastic. But if you don't get an improvement, I want you to go and see a doctor face-to-face to be examined.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Does that make sense? Do you feel happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as I can get to a chemist in my area that's open now, that sounds fine.
If you can't get a chemist that's open now, I want you to go and see a doctor so that you can get the Ventolin inhaler tonight, because I think that's of utmost importance.
Yeah, I understand. I agree. Yeah, I don't think I'll have much sleep if I carry on like this.
Absolutely. And the other thing I want to confirm is any past medical history or medications or allergies that you have?
None that I know of. No allergies that I know of to food or medicine or anything.
Perfect. If the Ventolin settles everything down tonight, that's great. However, if you continue to have flare-ups, or if you continue to have dirty phlegm or chest pain, then we would need to speak to you again, because you might need either additional treatment for the asthma or treatment for an underlying chest infection.
Okay, no worries. So should we schedule another appointment?
Well, what we'll do is we'll be able to read through it, and then you may not need another appointment, which is great. However, if you do need one, I have guidelines as to when you need to either book one with us via Babylon, or else when you need to go and see a doctor. It'll all be clearly documented out.
Okay, great. Thanks very much for that.
Perfect, no problem.
No worries.
Is everything tonight?
That was great. Yeah, thank you. It's interesting experience doing the consultation via iPhone. Could I just ask you, is there anything that stands out about your time as a doctor working for Babylon? What's it like being an online doctor as opposed to a normal doctor? Anything particularly interesting about it?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It is very different, and the big thing is to safety net. And obviously, I do find the patients love it, absolutely love it, because I'm actually based in Ireland, so we have a very well established private practice in Ireland. However, I also see NHS patients because I'm dual registered, so I'm finding that that both countries, the patients absolutely love it, so they do the service, and it's great whenever you can treat things. However, there's also a frustration whenever I feel that the patient needs a face-to-face consultation, and a lot of the patients are grateful for the advice, but on the other hand, they are frustrated that I just can't give them the antibiotic, so they will try and talk you into just treating it online. So that's one where you have to be quite strict, you know.
Oh, I see. You're trying to combat sort of antibiotic resistance there by not over-prescribing. So we're saying,
Yeah, or not even just with antibiotics, but say, for instance, if I thought a patient had a headache and they needed a face-to-face consultation and they needed a clinical examination,
right.
the patient trying to push me not to do that and to give them some form of
Oh,
treatment.
I see. Right. Yes, but yeah, it's like no, you need someone to lay hands on you. No, I don't, doc. Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I just want to get this over with. Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I can imagine that would be a common scenario. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Dr. Hillick. It's been a real pleasure, and it's very interesting that I'm talking to you from Australia via London, and you're in Ireland. This is the future, I suppose you could say. Um,
It is.
thank
It's
you.
great.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, thanks a million.
You know,
No
Great.
problem. Thank you.
cheers.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Great.
Thank you so much for that, Lindsay. So there you go, the future of medicine right there.
That's so funny, like you were saying, actually, you're going from Australia to London to Ireland.
Yes, quite. And as we were saying earlier, you're taking this all to Rwanda, is that right? So people will be having similar experiences in a third world country.
Yes, absolutely. And while we're frustrated here that we have to wait 3 weeks for an appointment and we might have to travel, take a couple of hours off work to travel to a doctor, the situation is very different and much more severe in Rwanda. Doctors are very scarce. I think it's something like 1 to every 20,000 for either a doctor or a specialist. And so putting, as they say, a doctor in the pocket of people there will be hugely more impactful because just finding a doctor is one thing, but then traveling to them, it can be very challenging. So we're working with the government to offer Babylon on as part of their national health service so that everyone will be able to access the service from their phone and speak to a doctor whenever they need to, like I said, without having to travel great lengths to find one. So we think it's going to be have a huge impact there. Yes, and interesting, they will effectively leapfrog the West in terms of digital health because they have a system that is incredibly more advanced, affordable, accessible than certainly what we have here in the UK.